All right, let's go ahead and get started talking about percent increase and decrease, and let's also talk a little bit about discount. Now, one of the things that we're going to talk about with this percent increase and decrease is there's kind of a special formula that we can use with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a couple examples of percent increase and decrease. And what you're going to find when you're organizing your data is you're going to look for an original number and a new number. Now, if you have these two things, you can figure out what your percent increase or decrease is, and how you're going to figure out what that percent increase or decrease is you're going to find that amount of increase or decrease, and you're going to divide that by your original amount. When you do that, that'll give you a decimal number, and you can figure this out. So let's give you an example of this. Let's say that the cost of Nick shoes. Who cares if that actually is a brand? So here's our example. Has increased from $79 to $90.85. What is the percent increase in price? Well, in this case, I have my original number. It's not always going to be the bigger or smaller number, so you have to look to find out what something has gone from to. If this were a decrease in price, this would have been the original, but no, this is an increase, so it's our smaller number. So what we're going to need to do first is find our amount of increase. Our amount of increase is going to be that $90.85 minus that $79. And again, these are questions that it's okay to use your calculator on. So 90.85 minus 79. So it looks like this is grand total $11.85 increase. Now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out that percent increase. And we take that amount divided by our original. Now our original here was $79, so that's going to be $11.85 divided by 79. So we've got my $11.85 here. I'm just going to go ahead and divide that by 79. That's our original. And this is a 0.15, which I can say that's going to be the same thing as a 15% increase. And we're always going to see this pattern where we take that amount divided by the original, and that's going to give us our percent. Or basically that amount divided by the base is our percent. We still see that pattern showing up. Okay, so there's one type of problem. Here's another type of problem. Say we have something where we're told what a decrease or increase is, and then we have to find our new number. So let's say that we have, let's see here, what sort of products should we use? Let's say that a PI brand calculator is having a sale. Usually, their calculator's costs $120, but are having an 11% off discount. What is the amount of discount and what is the new cost? So here, we're being asked to take this original amount, figure out what a discount is, and then come up with a new cost. Well, we're basically engineering what we did before in reverse. But I'll go ahead and say this. This discount is going to be equal to this percent. So we're going to have this percent times whatever this base amount is going to be equal to our amount. So this is going to, in this case, be our discount rate times our original price is going to be equal to our discount. Well, and then once we've done that, we're going to say we're going to take our original amount. We're going to subtract that discount, and that's going to be equal to our new cost. Well, let's go ahead and figure this out. Here we've got this discount rate is 11%, so I'm just going to plug in 0.11. Sorry, that should be 0.11 just to be consistent. It looks like our base amount here is $120. So I could say, oh, that's $120, and that's going to be equal to my discount. I'll use a capital D for that today. Okay, let's figure out what our discount is. Looks like we've got 0.11 times 120. Looks like that amount of discount is going to be $13.20. Is equal to my discount. So now, when I figure out what my new cost is, I can say that if I take that $120 and subtract this discounted cost of $13.20, that's going to be equal to my new cost. Now, and looks like if I do 120 minus 13.20, I'll end up with $106.08. 106.80 is our new cost. Alrighty. So there's that. Well, let's take a look at one other type of question, and this one is a sneaky one. And by the way, if you haven't already noticed, we've already switched into this topic of discount. Discount is just where we're taking a percent off. Alrighty, let's figure out our percent decrease. Let's go ahead and figure out how to maybe what an original price might be given a discount. Now this one is a little tricky. So finding an original cost given a sales price and a discount. So we're looking for original cost given a sale price and a discount. And this one is sneaky. So what we're going to do is, what we need to do is figure out, if you'll take a look at our previous example, what we were doing is we were actually, this 106.80 was not 11% of this. And if I were just to take 11% of this, I would come up with something that's smaller than 1320. I couldn't just take 11% of this and add it back on. It wouldn't work. So what I need to do is say, this $106.80 is 89% of the original. So if I take that, if I say, that's 100% minus 11%, that will give me 89% of the original. And if I said, if this 106.80 is 89% of the original, then I could take this as the amount and come up with a percent equation. So what we're going to do with these kind of questions is we're going to use the discount or the discount rate to find the percent of the original that we're paying. And then we're going to use the percent equation. In which case, we're going to have this percent times our original is going to be equal to our sales cost, or sale price. And there's another way of thinking about this as well, but perhaps I'll get to that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and give us an example. Let's say that a hard drive costs $53.97 on a 40% off sale. What was the original price? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to need to figure out how this $53.97 isn't 40% of the original cost. It's going to be 60% of the original cost. So we need to figure out that percent of the original. Percent of original is going to be, in this case, 100% minus that discount rate. So this is going to be 100% minus 40%, and that's going to end up giving us 60% of our original. So this $53.97 is 60% of our original cost. Okay, now I can say I've got my percent. Times my whatever that original cost is equal to my sales price. So it's going to be 0.60. I'm just going to say C for my cost is equal to my sales price of that $53.97. Now I can divide both sides by that 0.6. So I've got 53.97 divided by 0.6. I come up with 89.95. And let's go ahead and just show this. 0.60. I'm dividing both sides by 0.6. We're trying to isolate our C. So I've got that original cost is equal to 89.95. So I'll say that the hard drive originally costs $89.95. Alrighty, hope this makes sense, and I will see you in the next video.